Life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, is it? But you know what? That's exactly how it should be. Because without the storms, without the challenges, without the pain, there would be no growth, no progress, no transformation. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you truly grew as a person? Was it when everything was easy and comfortable? Or was it when you faced a difficult situation head on and came out stronger on the other side? I bet it was the latter, because that's how life works. That's how we're designed. We're not meant to stay stagnant. We're meant to evolve, to improve, to become better versions of ourselves with each passing day. And the catalyst for that growth, it's often pain. Now, I'm not saying we should go out looking for trouble or intentionally making our lives difficult. No, that's not the point. The point is to understand that when challenges come our way, and they will come, make no mistake about that, we have a choice. We can either view them as obstacles that hold us back, or we can see them as opportunities that propel us forward. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man who dreamed of becoming a great violinist. He practiced day and night, pouring his heart and soul into his music. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't seem to get to that next level. His performances were good, but not great. He was stuck, and he was frustrated. One day, he had the opportunity to play for a master violinist. After his performance, he asked the master, "What am I doing wrong? Why can't I improve?" The master looked at him and said, "Your playing is without fault, but is also without the experience of life. Go out into the world, fall in love, have your heart broken, experience joy, face hardship, then come back and play for me again." The young man was confused, but he took the master's advice. He lived, he loved, he lost. He experienced the highs and lows of life. And when he returned years later to play for the master again, his music had transformed. It was no longer just notes on a page. It was a reflection of his experiences, his pain, his growth. It touched people's hearts in a way it never had before. You see, that's what pain does. It gives depth to our experiences. It adds richness to our character. It transforms us in ways that comfort never could. Now, I'm not just talking about big, life-altering pains. I'm talking about the everyday challenges too. The alarm that goes off too early in the morning, pushing you to start your day when you'd rather stay in bed. The extra rep at the gym that burns your muscles but builds your strength. The difficult conversation you need to have with a loved one that's uncomfortable but necessary for your relationship to grow. These are all forms of pain, aren't they? But they're also opportunities for growth. The question is, are you willing to embrace them? Too often, we run from discomfort. We avoid challenges. We seek the easy path. And in doing so, we rob ourselves of the very experiences that could help us become who we're meant to be. Think about a butterfly. Before it spreads its beautiful wings and takes flight, it has to go through a painful transformation. It has to break out of its cocoon, struggling and fighting every step of the way. If you were to help it, if you were to break open the cocoon to make its emergence easier, you'd actually be doing it a disservice, because it's that very struggle that strengthens its wings, preparing it for flight. We're not so different, you and I. Our struggles, our pains, our challenges, they're preparing us for flight. They're strengthening us for the journey ahead. But here's the thing. It's not just about experiencing pain. It's about how we respond to it. Pain by itself doesn't guarantee growth. It's what we do with that pain that matters. You see, we have two choices when faced with pain. We can let it break us down, or we can let it build us up. We can use it as an excuse to give up, or we can use it as motivation to push forward. We can see it as a punishment, or we can see it as a teacher. The choice is ours, and it's a choice we make every single day. I remember a time in my own life when I faced a significant setback. I had put everything I had into a business venture, and it failed. I lost money, time, and worst of all, confidence in myself. It was painful. It was discouraging. And for a while, I let that pain define me. But then I realized something. The pain I was feeling wasn't there to punish me. It was there to teach me, to show me where I needed to improve, to push me to become better. So I made a decision. Instead of wallowing in self-pity, I chose to learn from my mistakes. I analyzed what went wrong. I sought advice from those who had succeeded where I had failed. I worked on developing the skills I was lacking. And you know what? That failure, as painful as it was, became the foundation for my future success. The lessons I learned during that difficult time were far more valuable than any easy victory could have. That's the power of embracing pain as a catalyst for growth. It turns setbacks into setups. It transforms obstacles into opportunities. It makes us stronger, wiser, and more resilient. But let's be clear about something. I'm not saying you should seek out pain or create unnecessary hardships for yourself. Life will provide enough challenges on its own. What I'm saying is that when those challenges come, and they will come, you need to be ready to face them head on. You need to develop what I call a growth mindset. This is the belief that every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity to learn and grow. It's the understanding that your abilities and intelligence aren't fixed traits, but qualities that can be developed through effort, learning, and yes, even failure. With a growth mindset, you don't see pain as something to be avoided at all costs. Instead, you see it as a necessary part of the journey. You understand that comfort is the enemy of progress, and that true growth happens when you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but what about when the pain is too much? What about when it feels like we can't go on? That's a fair question. And the truth is, there will be times when the pain feels overwhelming, when the challenges seem insurmountable, when it feels like it would be easier to just give up. In those moments, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you know. And you have within you the power to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any pain. But you don't have to do it alone. In fact, one of the most important lessons I've learned in my life is the value of surrounding yourself with the right people. People who believe in you, who support you, who push you to be better. These are the people who will stand by you during the difficult times, who remind you of your strength when you've forgotten it, who will help you see the lessons in your pain when all you can see is the hurt. Find these people, cherish them, learn from them, and be that person for others as well. Because in supporting others through their pain, we often find the strength to overcome our own. Now, let's talk about perspective for a moment. Because how we view our pain can make all the difference in how we respond to it. You see, pain is inevitable. Suffering, on the other hand, is optional. Pain is what happens to us. Suffering is how we interpret that pain. Let me give you an example. Two people can experience the same painful event. Let's say losing a job. One person might view this as a devastating blow, a sign of their failure, a reason to give up on their dreams. They suffer not just from the loss of the job, but from their interpretation of what that loss means. The other person might view the same event as an opportunity, a chance to reassess their career path, a push to finally start that business they've been dreaming about, a wake-up call to develop new skills. They still feel the pain of the job loss, but they don't suffer from it. Instead, they use it as a catalyst for growth. The event was the same. The pain was the same. But the response, and therefore the outcome, was entirely different. This is the power of perspective. It's the understanding that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond to it. So I challenge you, the next time you face a painful situation, take a step back. Look at it from different angles. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become better? What opportunities might this pain be creating for me? You might be surprised at what you discover when you shift your perspective. Now, let's talk about action. Because understanding the value of pain is one thing. Actually using it to drive your growth is another. You see, knowledge without action is like having a powerful car but never turning the key. It's potential energy waiting to be unleashed. But it's not going to take you anywhere until you put it into motion. So how do we turn pain into action? How do we use our challenges as fuel for our growth? It starts with acceptance. Accept that pain is a part of life. Accept that challenges will come. Accept that growth often requires discomfort. Once you've accepted this reality, you can stop wasting energy fighting against it. Instead, you can focus that energy on moving forward. Next, reframe your pain. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Instead of saying, I can't handle this, say, this is an opportunity for me to become stronger. Then, set goals. Use your pain as a motivator to push yourself further than you've ever gone before. Let it light a fire under you. Let it drive you to become the person you know you can be. Break these goals down into actionable steps. What can you do today, right now, to move closer to where you want to be? What skills can you develop? What habits can you form? What actions can you take? And finally, take action. Consistent, persistent action, because growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, consistent efforts compounded over time. Remember, every great achievement in history was born out of some form of pain or challenge. The Wright brothers faced countless failures before they achieved flight. Thomas Edison went through thousands of unsuccessful attempts before he invented the light bulb. Martin Luther King Jr. faced immense adversity in his fight for civil rights. These individuals didn't succeed in spite of their challenges. They succeeded because of them. The pain they experienced, the obstacles they faced, these were the very things that drove them to greatness. You have that same potential within you. The pain you're experiencing right now, it's not there to break you. It's there to make you, to shape you, to transform you into the person you're meant to become. But here's the catch. It won't happen automatically. Pain alone doesn't guarantee growth. It's what you do with that pain that matters. So I ask you, what are you going to do with your pain? Are you going to let it hold you back? Or are you going to use it to propel you forward? Are you going to view your challenges as obstacles? Or are you going to see them as opportunity? Are you going to let your pain define you? Or are you going to let it refine you? The choice is yours. And it's a choice you make every single day with every single challenge you face. Choose growth. Choose progress. Choose to see your pain not as a punishment, but as a pathway to becoming the best version of yourself. Because without pain, there would be no growth. Without challenges, there would be no progress. Without adversity, there would be no triumph. Embrace your pain, learn from it, grow through it, and watch as it transforms you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. Remember, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about finding joy in the journey, even when that journey takes you through difficult terrain. So dance, embrace the storm. Let the rain wash away your old limitations and nourish the seeds of your future growth. Because on the other side of that storm, on the other side of that pain, is a version of you that you've never met before. A version that's stronger, more capable, more alive than ever before. That version of you is waiting. It's calling out to you. And the only way to reach it is to embrace the challenges, to push through the pain, to commit to growth no matter what obstacles life throws your way. You see, growth isn't just about becoming better. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. It's about peeling away the layers of fear, doubt, and limitation that have been holding you back. It's about revealing the greatness that's been inside you all along. And sometimes it takes pain to crack open that shell and let your true self shine through. Think about it like this. You are a diamond in the rough, and what happens to a diamond to make it shine? It gets cut, it gets polished, it goes through a process that if the diamond could feel would probably be quite painful. But without that process, the diamond would never reveal its true beauty. It would never shine as brightly as it was meant to. You are that diamond. Your challenges, your pains, your struggles, they're not punishments. They're not obstacles. They're the very things that are revealing your true value, your true potential. So the next time you face a challenge, the next time you feel pain, I want you to remember this. You're not being punished. You're being polished. You're not being hurt. You're being refined. You're not being broken. You're being rebuilt, stronger, better, more resilient than ever before. This is the gift that pain brings us. The gift of growth, the gift of transformation, the gift of becoming who we're truly meant to be. But remember, this gift doesn't come wrapped in pretty paper with a bow on top. It often comes disguised as failure, as setback, as loss. And that's why so many people miss it. That's why so many people run from their pain instead of embracing it. Don't be one of those people. Don't miss out on the growth that's waiting for you on the other side of your challenges. Instead, be the person who faces their pain head on. Be the person who sees the opportunity in every obstacle. Be the person who uses their challenges as stepping stones to success. Because that's what successful people do. They don't have fewer problems than everyone else. They don't experience less pain. They simply respond to their challenges differently. They use their pain as fuel for their journey, not as an excuse to give. And that's what I'm challenging you to do today. Use your pain. Use your challenges. Use every obstacle life throws your way as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become better. Remember, the pain you're feeling today is creating the strength you'll need tomorrow. The challenges you're facing now are developing the skills you'll use in the future. The adversity you're experiencing is paving the way for your eventual triumph. So embrace it, all of it, the good, the bad, the painful, the joyful, because all of it is part of your journey. All of it is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. And trust me when I say this, the person you're becoming is extraordinary. The potential within you is limitless. You have greatness inside you waiting to be unleashed. But that greatness won't reveal itself in comfort. It won't show up when everything is easy. It will reveal itself in your moments of greatest challenge. It will show up when you're pushed to your limits, when you're forced to dig deep and find strength you didn't know you had. That's when you'll discover who you truly are. That's when you'll realize what you're truly capable of. So don't shy away from the pain. Don't run from the challenges. Don't avoid the difficult paths, because those are the very things that will lead you to your greatest victories. Embrace the journey. Embrace the growth. Embrace the transformation. Remember, without pain, there would be no growth. Without challenges, there would be no victory. Without adversity, there would be no triumph. You have within you everything you need to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any pain, to achieve any goal you set for yourself. You have the power to turn your pain into progress, your challenges into triumphs, your setbacks into comebacks. All you need to do is make the choice to grow, the choice to push forward, the choice to become the best version of yourself no matter what it takes. So make that choice today and tomorrow and every day after that. Choose growth, choose progress. Choose to see your pain not as a burden, but as a blessing. Not as a punishment, but as a pathway to your greatest potential. Because that's what it is. Your pain, your challenges, your struggles, they're not the end of your story. They're just the beginning. They're the opening chapter in the incredible story of your growth, your transformation, your triumph. And I can't wait to see how that story unfolds. I can't wait to see the amazing things you'll achieve when you embrace your challenges, when you use your pain as fuel for your journey. Remember, you are stronger than you know. You are more capable than you realize. You are destined for greatness, and the pain you're experiencing right now, it's just preparing you for that greatness. So embrace it. Learn from it, grow through it. and watch as it transforms you into someone you never thought you could be. Because that's what pain does when we use it right. It doesn't break us down. It builds us up. It doesn't hold us back. It pushes us forward. It doesn't diminish us. It expands us. Think about a time in your life when you faced a significant challenge. Maybe it was a failure in your career. Maybe it was the end of a relationship. Maybe it was a health crisis. Whatever it was, I want you to think about who you were before that challenge and who you became after it. I bet you'll find that you're stronger now, more resilient, more compassionate, more understanding of others who are going through similar struggles. That's the gift of pain. That's the power of embracing our challenges instead of running from them. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Growth is rarely easy. It's often uncomfortable. Sometimes it's downright painful. But it's always worth it. Because on the other side of that discomfort, on the other side of that pain, is a version of you that's better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. A version of you that's closer to reaching your full potential. And isn't that what we're all striving for? To become the best versions of ourselves? To live up to our full potential? Well, I've got news for you. That potential isn't realized in comfort. It's realized in challenge. It's realized when we're pushed to our limits, when we're forced to adapt, to learn, to grow. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, the next time you feel pain, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself this question: how can I use this to become better? Maybe it's an opportunity to develop a new skill. Maybe it's a chance to strengthen your resilience. Maybe it's a push to reevaluate your priorities and focus on what truly matters. Whatever it is, there's always an opportunity for growth hidden within our pain. Our job is to find it, to seize it, to use it to propel us forward. Because that's what successful people do. They don't avoid pain. They don't run from challenges. They face them head on, knowing that each obstacle overcome is a step closer to their goals. Think about any great achievement in history. The moon landing, the invention of the light bulb, the creation of great works of art. Do you think these things were accomplished without pain, without struggle, without failure? Of course not. They were accomplished because of those things, because the people behind them were willing to embrace the pain, to push through the struggles, to learn from their failures. And you have that same potential within you. You have the ability to achieve greatness, to make a difference in the world, to leave your mark. But it won't happen by staying in your comfort zone. It won't happen by avoiding pain and challenge. It will happen when you embrace those things, when you use them as fuel for your journey. Now, I want to be clear about something. I'm not saying you should seek out pain or create unnecessary hardships for yourself. Life will provide enough challenges on its own. What I'm saying is that when those challenges come, and they will come, you need to be ready to face them, to learn from them, to grow through them. It's about developing what I call a growth mindset. This is the belief that every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity to learn and grow. It's the understanding that your abilities and intelligence aren't fixed traits, but qualities that can be developed through effort, learning, and yes, even failure. With a growth mindset, you don't see pain as something to be avoided at all costs. Instead, you see it as a necessary part of the journey. You understand that comfort is the enemy of progress, and that true growth happens when you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone. So how do we develop this mindset? How do we train ourselves to see the opportunity in every challenge, the potential for growth in every... It starts with awareness. The next time you face a challenge or experience pain, pay attention to your initial reaction. Do you immediately look for ways to avoid it? Do you see it as a setback? Or do you look for the lesson, the opportunity for growth? Once you're aware of your reactions, you can start to change them. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, I can't handle this, say, this is an opportunity for me to become stronger. It's a small shift in perspective, but it can make a world of difference in how you approach challenges and handle pain. Next, take action. Knowledge without action is useless. Once you've identified the opportunity for growth, take steps to seize it. If you failed at something, analyze what went wrong and how you can do better next time. If you're facing a new challenge, seek out the skills or knowledge you need to overcome it. Remember, growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over time. It's about making small improvements each day, each week, each month. These small improvements might not seem like much in the moment, but over time, they add up to significant change. It's like working out. The first time you go to the gym, you might only be able to lift a small amount of weight. But if you keep at it, consistently pushing yourself just a little bit further each time, eventually you'll be lifting weights you never thought possible. The same principle applies to all areas of your life. Each challenge you face, each pain you experience is like a rep in the gym of life. It might be uncomfortable in the moment, but it's making you stronger. It's preparing you for bigger challenges, greater achievements. So embrace those reps. Embrace the burn, because that's where growth happens. Now, I want to address something that I know many of you might be thinking, but what about when the pain is too much? What about when it feels like we can't go on? That's a valid question. And the truth is, there will be times when the pain feels overwhelming, when the challenges seem insurmountable, when it feels like it would be easier to just give up. In those moments, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you know. And you have within you the power to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any pain. But you don't have to do it alone. In fact, one of the most important lessons I've learned in my life is the value of surrounding yourself with the right people. People who believe in you, who support you, who push you to be better. These are the people who will stand by you during the difficult times. Who will remind you of your strength when you've forgotten it? Who will help you see the lessons in your pain when all you can see is the hurt? Find these people, cherish them, learn from them, and be that person for others as well. Because in supporting others through their pain, we often find the strength to overcome our own. Remember, pain is universal. Everyone experiences it, but not everyone grows from it. The difference lies in how we choose to respond to our pain. So I challenge you today. Choose growth. Choose to see your pain not as a burden, but as a blessing. Not as a punishment, but as a pathway to your greatest potential. Because that's what it is. Your pain, your challenges, your struggles, they're not the end of your story. They're just the beginning. They're the opening chapter in the incredible story of your growth, your transformation, your triumph, and I can't wait to see how that story unfolds. I can't wait to see the amazing things you'll achieve when you embrace your challenges, when you use your pain as fuel for your journey. Remember, without pain, there would be no growth. Without challenges, there would be no victory. Without adversity, there would be no triumph. You have within you everything you need to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any pain, to achieve any goal you set for yourself. You have the power to turn your pain into progress, your challenges into triumphs, your setbacks into comebacks. All you need to do is make the choice to grow, the choice to push forward, the choice to become the best version of yourself, no matter what it takes. So make that choice today, and tomorrow, and every day after that. Choose growth, choose progress, choose to see your pain not as a burden, but as a blessing. Because when you do, you'll discover a strength within you that you never knew existed. You'll unlock potential you never knew you had. You'll achieve things you never thought possible. And that, my friends, is the true power of embracing pain as a catalyst for growth. That's the magic that happens when we stop running from our challenges and start using them as stepping stones to success. So go out there, face your challenges head on, embrace your pain, use it to fuel your growth, and watch as you transform into the amazing person you were always meant to be. Remember, you are stronger than you know. You are more capable than you realize. You are destined for greatness, and the pain you're experiencing right now, it's just preparing you for that greatness. So embrace it, learn from it, grow through it, and become the person you've always dreamed of being. Because that person is within you, waiting to be unleashed, waiting for you to embrace the pain, to face the challenges, to commit to growth no matter what obstacles life throws your way. You've got this. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you're capable of. Use your pain as fuel for your journey. Turn your challenges into triumphs and become the best version of yourself. Because without pain, there would be no growth. And you, my friend, are ready to grow. You're ready to transform. You're ready to triumph. So go do it. The world is waiting for you. Your best self is waiting for you. And it all starts with embracing the pain, embracing the challenges, embracing the journey of growth. You've got this. Now go make it happen.